Howdy, y'all. This is a course on how to use the TCI textbook online, History Alive, and it's a beginner's course. So you don't need to do this if you feel competent already. So anyway, I go to TCI online and then I log in, and you don't need to do any of this if you're going through Clever. And so you could also sign in using your Google accounts. And here I go. I'm signing in. TCI takes a minute. There we go. The first most important thing is the homepage that you go to is going to be all of the chapters of the textbook. So go from there, go to assignments. This is probably the most important place to go. You go to assignments. There's two sections of assignments. There's the ones in the past and current. Go to current assignment and then pull down on this little arrow. And then if you're just starting, click on the introduction. You see that the assignment I've assigned to you is all the chapters of chapter 19. So when you get in here, you're going to see the textbook itself. Whenever you see these two drop-down menus, the first one takes you to any chapter in the textbook, and the second one takes you to any section within the selected chapter. So now we're looking at the chapter 19, and we're looking at the introduction. And so you have the reading there, and then you have these activities, which are called the notebook activities. I'm going to show you how to do one. You click on the little text thing, and you can write in there, like the geography. Here you go. So one of the geographical features is rivers. I take it and I move it there. I click again text because I'm going to make another one. And this time I'm going to write trains, and then I'm going to click off of it, then click back on it. And then I'm going over and dragging it to transportation. Okay. These things will automatically save. Now I can go to the next section right there. It says, you see how it says it's saved, and I can go to the next section. And then I'm now in the first section of the reading past the introduction. So now I'm looking at the geography of the North. Here are different features that you can do in your online textbook, which is kind of cool. You could do all these different things. I urge you to kind of explore it. I'll show some of the features here during this tutorial, but there are other features for sure to use as you wish to. Okay, so I'll be reading this. I'll be going down and reading, and I decide, oh, that's an important thing right there. I'm going to make a highlight of this. Okay, you do a highlight, and now you can also add a note. It took me a little bit to figure out that this note doesn't actually appear right there with the text itself. I thought the note would be like a comment that you would find in, say, a Google Doc, right? So this is me kind of like, oh, where's the note? I'm still trying to figure it out. And I change the color of the note, and then I go to the top, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's where I'm doing the notes. And the note's a general note for the section that you're reading. It's not specific to the location. The highlight does that, and you can figure that out. I'll show you towards the end of this tutorial where you'll see these notes kind of come back to be useful, perhaps. Okay, then you're back into the interactive notebook, and it's asking you questions about the geographical features of the North that you just read about. This is a drag and drop activity. You take those things that are true about the North's geography and you pull them in, and then you place them into an appropriate box or a box. And then you check your answers. Those are all correct. If they're not all correct, you'll get a red X, and you can redo. Okay, so again, when you see these drop downs, it can take you to different locations of the textbook with the interactive notebook as well. So again, I'm going to show you, this is a common feature here to do these kind of graphic organizers. You're basically filling in a graphic organizer. So now I'm talking about the geography of the North. And if I put text again without moving the first text away, I'm going to be typing in the exact same location, which is obviously not ideal. So I'm going to pull the first one, the harsh cold winters, and now I'm going to be talking about the rivers here. Now I can see what I'm typing, right? So we have fast rivers and good for water power. Yeah, hydroelectric power. Yay. Okay, so you kind of get that, and then you could drag that down there, and then you could pop on that guy, and now you have another text box that's forming, right? So coastlines with good natural ports. Great. Okay, so that's the basic idea for completing the graphic organizers. And now you have this text box here where it's asking you a specific question about your reading as well. And you can then type in here and answer the question. Okay, so this is about how the North's climate can affect its economic activity, I believe it says. And I'm just answering the question. Notice there it's telling you when it's saving, and thus you'll see that what you're writing is going to be shared with me or be available for me to see. Okay, you can see that it's doing that, saving, saved, and the like. Okay, great. Okay, and now I'm going to go on to the next section. I'll just show you by going to the next section. We're in the next section, which is the geography of the South. And then I'm going to show you, you can just bop on back to the previous section there. And go back. I'm going to scroll on down. And then I'm going to go to the previous section, I think. Here we go. Ooh, look at all these other cool things for the interactive notebook. There you go. I'm going to the previous section. Clicking on previous section, you'll see my note is still there, right? So we have the note there from Bass. You can see that I have the highlighting there. It's blown off that little thing there, but here in the graphic organizer, it's still there, and the text is still in here. And I had misspelled something, so I'm going to just go and I'm going to correct the spelling. Okay. And you see it's resaved. And now I'm going to move forward. Back here, now we're looking at the geography of the South. And I do the reading. Again, we have all those features and the like. Now, I'm going to show you some other stuff that will be assigned to you, like these games. This is a game related to the lesson. It's asking you a question about the effects of the cotton gin on slavery in the South. And yeah, Eli Whitney, though he invented the cotton gin in an effort to help the conditions of those people who were enslaved and working in the cotton industry, ended up having kind of the opposite effect and made cotton much more profitable, so more people were enslaved in order to make people profit. Okay, and then it goes into what were the big North industries in the 1840s, and railroads were taking off, or jumping off. That was a big old industry, building railroads and all the associated technologies. Okay, then you could go and check out some vocabulary like agrarian. I hope you guys remember what agrarian means. We've gone over this word a bunch. And, you know, it's people who are out there in the farms as opposed to people who are in cities. And then here's the next card, which is cotton gin. You can go check that out. Next is assessments. I'll be assigning assessments, but I have not assigned any now. You know, assessments will just be checking how you guys do, and we'll see if grades are appropriate for that, or SBP grades are appropriate for that. Anyway, now we're looking at my notes. These are the things that I highlighted in that section 1, right? You remember that? And the things that I wrote. So there you go. Okay. So you got assignments, you got grades. So going back to the assignment, you can see that there's that one assignment. Remember, you do that pull down. That's really how you get started with doing the stuff that has been assigned to you by me. And you can go to any section. It doesn't show that you've done other sections. So if you don't finish the chapter, which totally fine in one sitting, that's a lot. You just need to remember where you were. Okay. Hopefully that has been worthwhile. And if you have questions, as always, please feel free to email me. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.